Hello, Františku. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jiří.
So I have with me a great person, František Balej, my friend and colleague. We are going to talk about the world opinion today, if I translate it correctly. And I know yourself, you are a great leader of these meetings, so let's exchange. You will be leading, I will be leading. We will exchange interesting talks together. Do you agree with this plan?
Yes, I agree. It's a good
How are
plan.
you today?
A little bit tired. Yesterday I was playing beach volleyball, so I'm not too used to it. But nice when you feel the body. And you?
Perfect. Yes, I'm in Plzeň now. Plzeň. Tomorrow I'm traveling to Prague. After that to Karlovy Vary. So a little bit busy, but I'm relaxing, swimming in the lake, which is nearby, going to the forest. Everything is fine. Little bit doing my job. This is teaching,
Mhm.
mainly teaching English, and everything is fine. So I have prepared many questions for you. So let's kick it off. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And one more. I don't know how to say it. You are teaching English, so I didn't practice English for a long time. So you can correct me if I make a
Yes, I
mistake.
will write. I will write you each to the chat each mistake.
Nice.
So let's do it. Františku, we have here the first question. And anytime, if audience has any questions, please write them under this video. We will, with František, we will reply every question. So, what global events or issues have caught your attention recently?
Uh-huh.
What global events or issues have
Mhm.
caught your attention recently? First
Uh,
question.
in a few days, there was another attack on Krymský most. I heard plukovník Kratochvíl who was saying details about it, and Russians make odveta,
It's
big
revenge in English, revenge.
big revenge with a lot of ballistic missiles, etc. So we will see what will happen next, because there was a Vilnius meeting, political leaders in Vilnius, where we can see Zelensky stay apart. So I think the theater which is going on Ukraine is coming to an end or to a new phase. So that caught my attention.
Yes, Francisco, anything else that you forgot, maybe?
I don't know. Recently, a lot of thing is happening, but it is happening for a long time. Changing center of concentration of the power from US to China, and I think everything is connect to this change.
I think, can you ask me the same question, please?
Yeah. What global events caught your attention in the
Yes,
recent?
we talked about this in our last meeting. So, first of all, I will answer the question. I'm following the CNN because I'm an English teacher. This is the reason. And
Mhm.
also, you recommended me last time some link for the another point of view
Mhm.
for this look at events from the other perspective. So please mention it to me afterwards. But very briefly, there is Trump, news about Trump, news about some American soldier caught in North Korea. There is news about Kissinger visiting China. There is news about football, ladies football, girls football, some international football match tournament is going on, and a lot of fires burning Europe, and a lot of
France.
fires in Europe because it's a heat waves. So these things, maybe I forgot something, but we can come to that later. Can you recommend another places on the internet where we can read news from a different perspective? Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't read English. English speaking sources. So I don't remember what I recommend to you. If you remember it, I think maybe COP Forum and something like that.
Exactly. We will put it after in the link under this video. We will put it afterwards. We will put it there because we can copy it from our Czech talk, which we had before 1 month, and there we talked about it and we copied it there. So perfect.
So you mentioned the fires in Europe, and you mean normal fires, not in the cities where the gangs starting to do.
Yes. I meant weather fires, like classical fire, because of the sun shining and a lot of hot places are hot. For example, in Greece, in Sardinia, there were some news about these fires, and there is 50 degrees Celsius in the shade, which is a lot. So also here in Plzeň was a record 39 degrees 2 days ago, but
too much heat and too much drought.
Exactly.
And you heard about the fires and demonstrations of migrants in France, a lot of on one place that is maybe connected with Macron, so he need to stick in his country, not to put his nose to other states or
yes, exactly.
relations.
Yes, there are a lot, but also in Germany, on some swimming pools, there are some riots, arguments between migrants and the lifeguards. So, yes. Okay, let's go to the next question so that the talk is dynamic.
Maybe should I ask you a question?
Please.
You mentioned Trump. Can you
elaborate? Yes, of course. Yes, I can. I can open this news. Just a second, I will find it. And there is some news. If you Google Trump CNN, it will open, of course. But let me read it for you. That you are asking, I'm glad. I would like to mention that there is some legal proceedings with Trump's going on in America, and something about his. I don't know exactly. I would have to check it, but something that again, some legal arguments at the court, something like that. I don't know exactly. I didn't read it yet, or I haven't read it yet. So yeah.
So he is back on scene, and maybe it will change a little bit because he was put away, or how?
Yes, exactly. It's a nice word you are using. Yes, he was. And I have many friends who are sympathetic to Trump, and I talked to them, and it was an interesting debate. So it's interesting to hear the opinions, but also I have many friends who are against Trump. So it's interesting to hear both camps speaking.
Yeah, we have one Czech guy who was in USA, and when was the election, he was going around and asking people about Trump and Biden, and it was funny because it was obvious that the people who were against Trump, their answers were very short and similar. It shows that could be a sort of propaganda or something like that. And the people who were for the Trump, they talk very complex and try to explain how the things are connected. So I think this is the still the same still today, because I think Trump is a good politician. So what do you think about this?
Yes. I would like to say that I have some, how to say in English, some doubts maybe about Biden. Many people from my neighborhood, my friends, family, they don't like him, and I think on the contrary, there are some mainstream information which I read some report that everything he made was good. Yes, that I read in some mainstream report. But for some reason, some of my friends and don't like him, and I would have to talk to them still, because I, to be honest, even though we are talking about the world opinion, my hobby is not politics, so I'm not interested in it so much. And but I need to study. It's very important to study, to broaden your horizons. So next time I will tell you, I will study about these issues, and I will tell you next time more deeper.
So one more point. Do you hear about 2000 mules?
Not yet. No, tell me, please.
It's a documentary about the elections, how people was paid, and they are putting a lot of voting letters,
Fake votes
fake
in the
votes.
box. In the
And
box.
they count over 2000 people, and
Mhm.
they so I recommend to see this, because I think it's
Perfect. We will
obvious.
put it, please, Františko, if you don't forget, put it afterwards, put it under this video on YouTube, this link. And I will put there the link with the media, Czech media, which are opposite the mainstream. And these two things, we have tasks for our audience. And at this moment, if you have people who are listening, thank you for listening so much to us. And if you have any questions, please put them, generate interesting opinions, discussions under this video. Next question, let's do it. So the next, I forgot one more thing, that China is building on the Antarctica and Arctic, and Antarctic, China is building some stations. And they are claiming these are meteorological stations, and America thinks these are military stations. This is what we talked last time about. I remember also.
Nice. We will see what they build there. What will build there?
Is there? Can I change my plan, because I wanted to ask next question, but I would like to ask you, which country would you like to visit most? What is your dream, Františko?
Oh, nice question. I travel a lot of countries, and I don't have jak se řekne, volání.
Calling
to visit countries. I want to settle and chill and maybe reconstruct our country. But
yes.
I never were in China, but China is really big, so maybe China and India, maybe some small countries around. I was only on Bali, so it's maybe similar but different.
Nice. This is my dream too, Bali, but also Antarctic. This is my dream, because there is quiet and beautiful nature, and I would like to go there. Okay, so let's proceed with our plan. Which questions which you prepared for us today? And our second question is: how do you think the world opinion plays a role in international shaping and relations and policies? Very difficult question. How do you think the world opinion, světonázor, plays the role in shaping international relations and policies? Very difficult question. You don't have to answer it, but if you want,
difficult. But even in Czech, it will be difficult. But I think it's the main role, because we know that the world opinion defines how we will decide what to do, what is good, what is bad. And just this knowledge, and the second knowledge that the rulers will choose who will be on which spot. So they choose what world opinion will be on which spot, and then they can predict what will happen next. And I think the Western countries are represented by the Russophobia world opinion, and on each post there is someone who is really extreme in this world opinion. So we can predict what will happen, and that's the escalation on conflicts. So I'm looking forward that this world opinion will change, and on the important posts will get more wiser people.
Yes, yes, exactly. This is what I wanted to say. I agree with you completely here. This is about cooperation, and there has always been wars, but it's about being wise people on the high decision-making spots. Yes. So you said it nicely and correctly. This is very important, and let's keep fingers crossed for that this will happen. Maybe.
I hope this even for our country, because I think our premier and president, what to say?
Yes, of course, of course. Next question. Cultural background plays influence in people's opinions in global issues. In your experience, how does cultural background, these are very difficult questions. In your experience, how does cultural background influence people's opinions on global issues? It's a good question, though. Cultural background. Can we answer this?
Yes, yes. I think the Světonázor or world opinion is made on cultural background, because what you hear all the life, or in films, magazines, books, etc., that is what you believe. And we know that there are not much people which can think by themselves, that most of our population are just repeating learned phrases, and they don't even know that. They think that is from their head. So it's really funny that I think this is worse and worse, that people are maybe I can say it's more stupid than before, that they didn't know history, didn't know how people works, then they just consume, so they don't have time for it.
And I hope that the new generation will be better. And no, and I don't want to say better, but I see that the new generation, they are more clever. They are looking. The thing is where they are looking. Yes, this is but they are looking always. I can see it with my nephew. Yes, small boy, 5 years old, and he's always looking at the tablet, looking at the mobile, looking at the TV, looking at new information. He's very intelligent. So these new generations, I feel that they are digesting these informations quickly. And let's hope that, for example, people that they are listening to us now, that they are expressing the opinions under the video. This is very important. Those are clever people and open to discussion. This is important that we are inviting them to this discussion. And one more question. I would like to say that it is important also not to listen only to one side of the propaganda, but to be able to see both sides.
Yeah, of course. No, both sides, maybe every side, because we know that they are ruling divide and conquer, or something like that, or
divide and conquer.
And so we know that one side and both extremes aren't good. We need to use our brain and make our own mosaic or picture on what is happening, and even make more pictures, because sometimes there are more theories that we at the beginning cannot know which is right, or more probability with more probability. And I want to say on the question before, that today I think we are living in hard times, and you know that strong men make good times make weak men, and weak men make bad times, and bad times make strong men. So I think now we are on the bottom, and we now I hope make a better times with strong man, or clever or wise man.
Perfect.
something like
I'm
this.
giving you, Františku, now I'm giving you time, space to ask me. So I'm giving you the role of the question maker. So please ask me any question, and I'm exchanging with you this role now.
Because you have friends or colleagues in a lot of countries around the world. So can you tell the difference between the cultures or the world opinions in different countries where for example, the Russophobia is the most or the least?
So I would like to say that we concentrate on business and a little bit we concentrate on environmental issues. So waste management, animal protection, and things like that, ocean protection, business, how to create a business, marketing, sales, business relationships. And so these are the issues in my mastermind sessions, networking mastermind sessions. So we don't discuss so much politics. We discuss rather these issues different little bit. Yes, so I don't know so much about it. However, there are many countries, they have interesting culture, and I'm trying to always be interested not only in business but in the religion as well, in the clothing, in the food, in the traveling, where to travel, some nice places, nature, and so on. So for me, these things are more interesting than politics, and this mainly I discuss with my friends around the world.
So in the environmental discussions,
Yes,
do you see some differences?
yes, definitely. There I have two things, some general things, which means that people should be open to educate themselves in these matters. And I have several friends who are doing something to protect nature, protect environment, protect animals, protect oceans, protect water in Africa, in Asia, because water is very important. And they are also doing things for waste management, for example, how to not waste on the first place. Yes, so these issues we are solving there.
Yeah, nice. Waste is the biggest problem. I agree. And what about the solar panels and wind turbines and this green stuff?
Thank you for this question. This can be implemented on the normal electrical slopes. Not slope. It's not a slope. Just a second. I will find it in the poles. Electrical poles. So there is some pole, and on this pole is electrical wire. Yes, and on these poles there can be implemented some wind, for example, generating devices, and there are many of them. And people, big electrical companies, they are against this because they would be losing money from this. Yes? So it's all again, it's about the big corporations that they are protecting. This is the same with the fuel for cars and other sources for that. So I think that the big companies, they are protecting themselves and they are trying to prevent these new ways.
So, if I understand correctly, you were talking about a new type of electric generating system.
Yes, for example, small wind plants on the electrical poles, they can be implemented. I heard this from my friend and it came to me as a good idea. What do you think about this problematics, Františku?
It seems like the normal wind turbines, like in Germany, in Austria, that they are a very bad solution for this. That they even consume more energy than they can create during their whole time, because they have very big concrete basics and I don't know how to call it, blade. The blades should be changing, and they were cooling with bad gas, which is going outside. So the these solutions seems like they are not helping, but more damaging. Maybe not so much the nature, but the society, because society is built on energy consumption, and it seems like Europe is cutting off energy production, like closing nuclear plants and making this solar plants and the wind turbines, which cannot work for a long time without managing or repairing. So
Maintenance. Yes, yes.
I I have suspicion that it's not so good like they are talking, but I didn't know that it's so bad. So that was why I was asking you, because you can have more information in this topic.
Francisco, thank you for today. It was a great talk with you. I would like to invite everybody. This is the first volume of our English talks. I would like to invite you to the future. We will continue. I have a couple of questions, for example, about social media impact on world opinion. So this we can discuss next in our next session. I hope that you accept my invitation. I was glad.
Of course.
Yes. So look forward, please. And now it's a time to say some final message. What would you like to say? Some very brief, short final message for our audience. Have we got?
Be how to say? I will translate it.
Yes.
Be kind to yourself, and remember that knowledge means power. So take the knowledge, learn, work on yourself and on your colleagues and people which are around you, and try to make a better place around you. And then maybe we can make a better place in our country, maybe on the whole the planet. But the starts need to be in each of us.
Thank you. This is very nicely said. You said most of what I wanted to say. Be positive, be open, listening is very important, and cooperation, not fighting, but cooperation.
Yeah. Understanding.
František Balej, and my name is Jiří Borč. Thank you for listening, everybody, and bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now I would stop the recording, but I will leave the behind the scenes. So how do you feel now? How did you like it?
Oh, it was nice. Now I feel that my English start to look like English with the pronunciations, because my teacher said to me that I'm using Chenglish.
I would like to say that your English is very good and pronunciation good also. However, I witnessed only 3 mistakes. One was the USA, then there was one article and then there was one more mistake with S at the end. But otherwise, I didn't hear any major mistakes. So maybe I was just listening to what you want to say and not to the mistakes. So maybe, but I heard 3 mistakes. I catched.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, because we can learn only from the mistakes. So thank you for saying to me this. So the USA, yeah.
Thank you.